Hello and welcome to 20 Questions, and this time for 20 questions we turn the roles around. This time it is me who can ask 20 questions to Edwina Tops-Alexander. Edwina, how are you?
Good, thank you.
You've been grilling all of your guests. Are you ready to be grilled with my questions?
I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Yeah.
Okay, let's kick off. Maybe obvious. Which horse has had the most impact on your career?
Well, of course, Ito, the Chateau. But I'll have to say Pialotta, because she was the one that first started my career. So I think Pialotta is, a horse that really got me onto that level, when I was at the World Championships. But obviously, I didn't have her as long in my career, unfortunately, as I did with Ito. But Ito is definitely, for sure, the horse that I won the most on.
Could you compare the two, Ito and Pialotta? Were they similar, were they different?
Very fast, very adjustable, very careful. Pialotta maybe had a little bit more options and maybe easier scope than Ito, but I think Ito had a better mind at the end.
Okay, that's good to hear. Second question, of all the shows on the circuit, what is your favorite Launching Global Champions Tour show?
Valkenswaard.
Yeah.
Definitely have to say Valkenswaard. I mean, it's not to be biased, but it's, I guess, the epicenter of where the Global Tour started. And I think, because we have permanent facilities and everything's made around the horses and for the tour. And I think, the facilities are unbelievable for the spectators, for the horses, for the grooms. So I think it's quite an obvious one for me to say.
And for this episode of 20 Questions, we have the spider in the background. We are in Valkenswaard. What is the one thing you can't go to a show without?
My horses.
We've heard cell phones, we've heard gloves, helmets, but horses.
Yeah. Okay. And then I would have to say my pillow.
Your pillow?
Yeah. Because you never know what pillow you're going to get when you get to the hotel. So then you're guaranteed to have the best pillow.
You always bring your own pillow?
Yeah, always.
Always?
Yeah.
Hard, soft, medium?
It's a tempura. And it squashes up in the bag, so it's perfect.
That's good to keep in mind. If you could compete with any horse, past or present, which one would it be?
I probably would say Balabay. Yeah, I just, that horse was so competitive and so many options and so much scope, and I mean, he won a lot and a lot of blood. I don't know if I would ride it very well, but I would love to be able to ride that horse, and it's really my type of horse. I mean, Hickstead, I think, amazing horse. I don't know how easy that one would be to ride. And of course, Explosion, amazing horse, but I also don't know if it's a horse I could ride. But I'm not totally sure if I could ride Balabay either, but I would love to be able to ride a horse.
Give it a go.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Which rider style do you admire the most?
Female, I would have to say Penelope. Yeah, I think she's got a great style, and she's, very well connected with the horse, and she, for me, rides pretty much in the horse than I would say a lot of the French riders maybe don't. They ride a lot different, I think, and she's got very good dressage skills. So female rider, I would say Penelope. Male rider, I would say Marco Kutscher and Marco Senek.
Ooh. But coming back to Penelope, you're extremely fit, you're in great condition, you work out a lot, as does Penelope. You think that's also a little bit why you look up to her style?
No, I think, I mean, she looks great on the horse, but no, I think she's very, she's got a horse as well ridden, and she really sits into the horse a lot, and I think she has good dressage basics on her horses, and she's got a great position, and of course, being a female,
Always a good question to ask. What is the best moment in your sporting career?
The best moment, I'm going to have to say two. Can't answer one. Best moment, one of the best moments would have been when I won the first Grand Prix, 5-star Grand Prix with Pialotta here, 2005. And I would have to say Prague.
Winning the Super Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Pialotta 2005, the year before the Global Tour started.
Yes.
Again, why you choose Valkenswaard as your favorite show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If you could choose to be any rider, past or present, for a season of the tour, a full season, who would it be and why?
I'd have to say Ben Maher, because I mean he he just is unbeatable with this horse. You know, when he's in form and the horse is, you know, it's an amazing combination. And at the end of the day, everything is about combinations, I think. And so you never know what's going to happen. But if I could just get straight into his shoes, his boots, and get on that horse and go, I mean, it just looks amazing. You know, what he can produce. I mean, that horse, you know, can take out distances, but it doesn't look like he's taking out distances, and still be fast and take his time on the fence. And I mean, yeah, as we've all seen, he's unbeatable with this horse. So I would like to. Yeah.
Do you think there have been many combinations like him? We've seen many good combinations,
yeah.
But the combination Ben Mara and Explosion is something really exceptional.
Yeah, look, everyone has, not everyone, but people are fortunate to have lucky moments and lucky horses that fit them and in their career. And I mean, we've seen many riders, for example, Rodrigo with Palabé, Hickstead and Eric, Meredith and Shutterfly, and I mean, I know I'm forgetting many of them, and there's thousands more, Jan with Top Gun. So I think there's so many combinations, and I think a lot of winning is about having the right combination with the horse, because I think there's a lot of amazing horses that maybe haven't found the right rider, or vice versa. So I think that's really, I think that's maybe, you know, the reason why I had a lot of success with Ito was because it was just a great fit, you know. So I think that's the most important thing, and it's very hard to compare yourself and put yourself in someone else's shoes, but you know, it's his moment, and so he's the one to pick.
Yeah, fantastic. If you could re-jump one round, which would it be? Which round would it be?
Probably Aachen in 2009 when I was second, because I slipped 2 times, and I think that's why I lost.
Otherwise you would be
so I'd like to go back and fix the ground and or put some more studs in, yeah, and not slip and try to be faster. But I also have to say, in 2008 with Ito for the top 10, because it was the night before the Grand Prix. I won the Grand Prix, and the night before that was the top 10, and I had a time fault. So I finished second, and Michel Robert won, and I still don't forget hearing about that today.
People still remind you.
Yeah, well, Jan does. And I think that's why I won the next day, the Grand Prix. So, but still it was a great day. But and I was also second in the top 10 in Geneva with Ito, so, yeah. No time faults, that's not good.
No,
that's definitely
not
not the horse's fault.
What advice would you give a young rider?
I would say probably the same as what everyone else has said. Just to try to learn from everybody and get as much experience as possible. Keep your eyes open, watch as much as you can in the paddock, and be prepared to learn from everybody, and try to get experience in different stables. And I mean, you can never stop learning, and like Margie said, you can, you know, never stop learning, which is true, and that's the best thing about our sport, because the horses keep you humble. But you know, I think to be open-minded and to have a very open vision, and to try to expand your experience as much as possible. And I think once you've, you know, found all those different techniques from people and tips and everything, try to form your own formula and try to make it work.
Make it work.
Yeah.
If we would ask this question to the other riders, they probably answer with your name, but to you, who is the toughest rider to face in a jump-off?
I think it's very nice she said that about me. I would never have said that, and I don't think many people would, but I'd probably have to say Julian Epayard. Yeah, pretty fast.
Yeah. In our the replays of the Grand Prix that we're showing on the website, Epayard comes through time and time again. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What is the best piece of advice you've ever received, and who gave it to you?
I would have to say, I mean, just to keep your feet on the ground and never forget, you know, where you came from. Always stay humble, and always believe that, you know, everything is possible. I mean, within limits. But I think the mind has so much strength as to how much you can achieve in life, whether it's with riding or it's with another career that you have. And I really think the mind is so strong. And I think that really believing in what you think and really trying to put your mind to that and visualize it can get you a long way.
Talking about careers, if you weren't a show jumper, what would you be doing now?
I always wanted to be involved in fashion designing, but I couldn't draw. And at that time, you had to draw.
Yeah.
So that would be something that I would love to be involved in, fashion design or interior design.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any influences here in this beautiful VIP lounge?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
A little bit, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
What do you miss the most about living in Australia?
I would say to be surrounded by my family. You know, I mean, it's for sure the best country in the world to live. Everybody knows this, and the people are the nicest people. And of course, you know, it's just so far away. I'm with my family there, and I guess it wouldn't really matter where they were, just to be with my family. That's the hardest part. But of course, the weather's amazing, and you don't really have cold winters. You know, not really winters. But Australia's so big, so it depends where you live. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, family.
Does your family come over often? Do you see them?
They come generally once a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's. If you could have 3 people round for dinner, past or present, who would you invite? Who would you have?
I would have probably my grandparents. So I'd have to have 4.
Yeah, that's
Sorry
no problem.
about
We
that.
fix it.
And Jan also, because he would need to be there. And I'd like to have Jimmy Fallon, because I think he's really funny.
Really?
Yeah.
Hilarious.
He's hilarious, yeah. So he's good fun. But yeah, it'd be hard to pick 3 people.
That sounds like a good group.
Yeah.
This is a good question. I can't wait to hear your answer. The top 3 things on your bucket list.
Okay. I'd have to say to sleep until at least 10 o'clock one morning, because I've never achieved that in my life.
Really?
Yeah, not even, maybe 9, maybe once, but just to try to sleep in the morning would be one. I would like to rekindle my piano playing skills, because I learned to play the piano. My mum sent me to all these lessons, and at the time I didn't really enjoy it, but I had to work pretty hard at playing the piano, and I need some, you know, brushing up skills on that to keep it going, because I actually do enjoy it. I'm not great at it. It's one of those things that my mum can just pick up a piece of piano and just play it like reading a book.
Yeah.
I actually have to really study it hard. That's actually why I stopped it. But I'd like to be able to. That's when I knew I was not very good at it. But I can play it a little bit. But I'd like to refresh that for sure. And I think I'd like to try to learn French.
Really?
Yeah, I just always think that I should speak that language, and especially living in Monaco, and Chloe probably going to school there, and you know, I understand a bit, but people don't understand me, so it's pretty hard to speak it. But I don't know when I'm going to have time to do that.
I really expected at least one of 3 to be bungee jumping, rafting. No, it's sleeping in, it's playing the piano and studying French.
Yeah.
It's not really exciting, is it?
Oh, sorry. Well, if you hear me play the piano, it might be exciting.
All right. Next question. Ooh, what's the one thing people don't know about you?
Probably, I don't know, I'm pretty down to earth, you know. I don't know if people know that. I might know that by now.
There you go, you know now. Describe yourself in 3 words, and down to earth, that's 3 words, so that doesn't work. Different words.
Well, does it have to be a sentence?
No, 3 separate words.
Okay, 3 separate words. I would say loyal. I would say determined. And I would say very reliable.
Oh, that's a humble and nice in the same sentence. Sounds really good, really good. This is a nice one. What's the most important thing that your daughter has taught you?
Well, a lot of things.
Sleeping is still not an option.
Yes, sleeping is still something that is a question mark. No, I'd have to say patience, because I'm not really a patient person. So to stay patient and count to 10 and keep my cool, yeah, that's what she's taught me. But also to just enjoy life in a very simple way, and you know, just to be able to spend time doing other things and enjoy doing simple things.
if you could switch lives with anyone for a day, who would it be? And we've had Jimmy Fallon, so it's not him.
No, not Jimmy
I'm
Fallon.
not an option either.
I'm going to have to say the same as Margie. She said Genie. Genie in the bottle.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because then you just click your fingers and anything can happen. Change the world, improve the world. But unfortunately that does not exist. So, for one day, maybe Adele. I'd like to sing like Adele.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And play the piano.
And play the piano. I could do everything at the same time.
That's a good one. Last question already. Where do you see yourself in 10 years' time?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's difficult.
I don't know. I don't think I see myself going every week on the show. That's where I don't see myself. But doing what at the moment, I'm not sure. I don't know. I'd like to get a few more Olympics under my belt. And then I'd like to go from there and, I don't know, ask me in 10 years.
Medal?
Medal, sure.
Medal, yeah. Those were the 20 questions, and that was Edwina Tops-Alexander. Edwina, thank you very much for sitting down with us. I know you've got a busy schedule, that it is very unusual to keep you pinned down for so long, but thank you very much for doing so.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.